Alright guys, in today's video we are going to be doing another tutorial, and this one shouldn't be too long, but it's not so much walking around explaining things. I'm sure that there are some major areas I've forgotten that I will add in some additional videos down the line, but what I wanted to go over today is actually some XP and general item-specific farming in the game. Like, where is the best place to go to farm XP on specific types of things, and other kind of ancillary farming. So the first place I wanted to start was Eververst, and obviously we can pull her up from the menu from the store as I showed you, but since I spawn at the tower when I start basically every time I play, I figured I would just pop over to her store real quick and show you specifically what I'm looking at. This item right here, Concentrated Matter Gem. Now, this is not something I would recommend using for upgrade modules, which are used for upgrading gear. But if you only need a few, there is a fast way to get it. Or say you need like 10, and you need them today, but you've run out of the possibility of getting additional upgrade modules from Banshee over at the gunsmith kiosk, and you've got the bright dust to spare, you can purchase these items right here called Concentrated Matter Gems. So what I'm going to do, I've got plenty of bright dust. I'm just going to pick up 2 or 3 of these. And then I'm going to show you exactly where I take these to use these for farming. So before we do that, we're going to run right over here to the gunsmith. Say hello, Banshee. And if we examine his daily bounties again, you'll see that you can get XP and cores and what have you from him directly, but you can also exchange materials for upgrade modules. Now, this, if you don't need a ton again, is not a bad way to do it, but it does burn through your cores and your shards. The glimmer, not a big deal, you get that pretty quickly. But if you're just starting out, you're just returning, maybe you don't have thousands and thousands of legendary shards or a ton of spare cores, which you also need for upgrading, and you just don't want to spend that volume of resources, but you've got bright dust that you don't use on anything else, that's where this farm really comes into play. So, what I do from here, once I've got my Concentrated Matter Gem in hand, we're going to toggle over to the moon. And then we're going to drop right on the sanctuary landing zone. So just spawn in right here. And there's going to be one of a few places to do this. And you kind of have to look because it's on a timer. It kind of rotates. But I'm going to show you exactly where to go, what to do, how to use this. This is really, really cool. And it guarantees that the enemy type that you need is going to spawn 100% of the time. And you can just farm it as much as you've got these Concentrated Matter Gem upgrades in your possession. You can also use this to farm other items as well. In fact, I may actually have some on me that I can show you what I'm talking about. So in my inventory, there's the 3 Concentrated Matter Gem that we just bought. Aha! And then you'll notice kind of the way that it looks, that kind of funky looking color. And then you come over here in this Finest Matter Weave. Also kind of looks similar in color. These two things I can farm at the same time in the same place. So what this does, this gives you a chance to drop enhancement cores. That's these things. And these cores are part of what you can use in tandem with legendary shards and glimmer to directly buy these upgrade modules that you need to upgrade your gear from Banshee. And these will drop randomly just from breaking down gear that you don't need. So you can only use one of each of these at a time. So I'm going to hold down X to use one. You'll see that the number disappears by 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my speeder and we are going to run down here. Just straight across this bridge. I may as well just grab this while I'm here. This has nothing to do with what I'm about to show you. I just figured I'd grab it. Okay. So,
I'm so cold.
One of the places this is usable is right over here. If it's here right now, and it does not appear to be so at the moment. Okay. There's a cluster of rocks right over here, and this is where it's going to spawn. So what you're going to see is a little chest that's sitting roughly right about here, and you're going to see a button on the side of the rock. And on this one of the buttons spawns right here. It'll make sense when I actually show you, but just so you know, this right here on the map, I'm going to open it up so you can see precisely where I'm standing. Kind of facing that little indentation on the rock face there. This is where it will spawn if it's there on this spawn rotation timer. It's not, so we're just going to leave and we're going to check another potential spawn location. Whoops, I almost bit it there. One of the next potential spawn locations is going to be through this building up here. So in relation to where we were, you see this giant building up on the side. It's going to be up here through this tunnel. I just like to wipe everything out of here real quick. All the invisible enemies are gone too, and then you're going to come out down here. Aha! And we have one. Okay, so it spawns right next to this pillar. Let me just swap my gun real quick, because I like to have, you know what, I don't have it on me, but we'll use this anyway. This will be fine. So, if I go on my character person, you'll see concentrated matter gem, finest matter weave. They show at the bottom in these little green. Let's get rid of that guy too. And you'll see this chest, and it's got a lock on it with some symbols. What you want to do here is not try to open the chest, but what you want to do is shoot a symbol that does not match the first symbol, and they spawn around this area. You can see there's one right behind that canister, there's one right here on the ground. That kind of A-looking thing does not match the 3 lines. This is the second symbol, so if I shoot this, a boss is going to appear. And then you just kill this little boss guy, and that little purple glowing pyramid that fell, upgrade module. So then I just hit start again, go back into my inventory. I can pull another one of the concentrated matter gems and do the exact same thing I just did again, as many times in a row as you have these to do. And it doesn't guarantee that they'll drop one, but it doesn't use it up if they don't. So you just stand here, wash, rinse, repeat until he drops one again. Alright, there's one that popped. There's another upgrade module. I may as well just take it and use up this last one I have as well. Shoot it. Shoot the boss. And it looks like he may have dropped both of what I needed. Since I had a finest matter weave, he finally dropped the core for me, and he dropped the last upgrade module I needed. That's the farm, guys. It's as easy as that. The buttons spawn there, there, and there on this chest. It's obvious on the one that I showed you earlier where we tried and there was nothing. You'll see them very clearly when you head up there. But what I do want to show you is the last quick area that they could possibly be right around here. Which I believe I'm turned around. Nope. Yep, this is it. In this cave. In this cave is where another chest can possibly spawn. It'll be sitting over here on the ground, and one of the buttons will spawn right here up on the back side of this rock. So those 3 locations, and there's more scattered around the moon. It's just these 3 are in such close proximity that if you're going to start the farm for that, that's where I would recommend going. Now, while we're on the moon, The next farm I want to show you isn't related to upgrade modules and cores for finest matter weave and concentrated matter gem, but it's related to weapon upgrade farming, and that is Sorrow's Harbor. A lot of people know this, a lot of people don't know this, but say you're running daily bounties for Banshee for the day, and it says, okay, you need to get kills with a specific weapon type. In fact, just to prove exactly what I'm talking about and show you how quick it is, I am going to make a quick cut. We're going to run back over to the tower first, which I probably should have just thought about this while I was up there earlier. That's okay. We'll run back to Banshee and we'll grab some daily bounties real quick and make sure we have what we need. Okay. Bow, nah, I don't carry bows or trace rifles. I do have a nade launcher, though those can be irritating. Void weapon. Okay, great. So this current season exotic SMG that drops, and I actually have a task I'm working towards on it, is a void weapon. So since I haven't actually picked one of these up and kind of shown you what they look like, when you go into hold down the back button, your quest tab, that's going to have all your bounties listed, your active bounties listed out here on the right. You'll see this says calibrate void weapons against any target. Earn bonus progress using power weapons and against opposing guardians. And then it shows you a progress bar underneath. And it gives us an enhancement core, gives us XP with the gunsmith, as well as XP plus XP for just base character seasonal XP. So all we've got to do is get kills with a void weapon. You'll also notice that part of that seasonal weapon that I have, since I'm playing at the very end of the season, jumping in, it says that I have to defeat targets with this gun while I'm airborne and I have 5 out of 50. Well, we can work towards very quick progress on this without having to hunt all over the place just by going back to the moon to the Sorrow's Harbor. And this is my absolute favorite place in the game to farm all sorts of things that you're working towards. So I've got this, I've got that bounty, and if, say, I needed any weapon XP for red border weapons or upgrading it, to unlock the ability to throw out my custom crafting on it, this would be a great place to do it. So say right here I've got this red border taipan, and I have no progress towards its attunement right now. And I've got this Reese Walker, and I've got no progress towards that attunement either. So I can just start slapping on all these items on the loadout that I need and focus whichever one I want to focus first. I personally am going to swap to this exotic void SMG first. And we're just going to run in here and start looking for enemies. Now, this is a big PvE. People come and go and play in here all the time. You'll see just wave after wave after wave of enemy. You just come in here and light them up. As quickly as you can, just blast them all. Doesn't matter which ones. Our goal here is just to get the kills that we need with the weapon or weapon type that we need to take all this stuff out. So I'm not going to worry about the actual purpose of what we're supposed to be doing here for the world area event. Alright, you'll notice it says up there, void calibration, bounty complete. So that bounty I was going after is now done. But you'll see that I'm kind of hovering in the air with this gun, trying to get kills real quick. That's so I can work towards unlocking this catalyst that I'm working towards on this gun. So there's so many enemies clustered around here, this is a great place to do it. Just hover and blast. And I had 5 of 10 when I started here. So let's just jump in to the quest log. We'll see that's completed, so I can claim it right there. Check it in. There's my XP. There's my core. Now I jump back over to this. Now I'm already up to 40 of 50. So I got 35 airborne kills with this. Just while I was up here, due to all of this non-stop enemy spawning that happens in this area. That's why I love it. It is non-stop spawns. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And it's wave after wave. You can repeat this as much or as little as you'd like. They will constantly spawn up here. Even after the event ends, it will reset from the beginning again. There's multiple different waves and types of waves, but it will just keep resetting after a couple minutes, and you'll see I finished that last 10 again. So now it's telling me what I need to do. I'm on the next step of that. So this is where I like to go for weapon upgrade grinding. So I could do the same thing with this red border weapon. Let's just kill some guys with this red border. Doesn't matter who, where, we're just getting the XP we need. That's all we need. Pick up some ammo off the ground. This actually shows you that the green bricks do drop, since I'm finally showing you some actual gameplay here. And that's what you pick up. That'll give me more ammo for my shotgun. All of the shotguns use the green brick ammo. That wave is done, and you'll see up on the left of the screen, Altars of Sorrow near the radar. Proceed to the last altar and face the final nightmare. It's going to the final wave on this, which is the big final boss battle in the middle. But there's going to be a bunch of guys that spawn right here and start running up. So I'm going to hang out right over here and wait for them to start spawning, and then I can just farm them over here with my shotgun. Ah, good. Ammo brick. Needed that. Okay, and I've probably been standing here shooting for, roughly a minute. So let's just go into the weapon and look at the progress I have on it. It's already up to 72%. So this is quite fast. Of course, the problem with a shotgun is I've got to find more ammo bricks for it. So I just got to find one that dropped. So this is where I go for weapon upgrades, guys. You'll also notice on the map these little white triangles as you're walking around. This is one of the world resources on this map, as is the chest. You see that chest over there? These are hidden all over. Every little world that you can drop is going to have its own world resource. On the moon, it's going to be these helium coils. Those are used for upgrades and purchasing for various things in the game. It's just kind of random what you use them for, to an extent. But that's what it looks like. So we don't need to go through this full process, guys. That is my 2 moon-based farms. If you need cores, if you need upgrade modules, and you've got the finest matter weave or the concentrated matter gem, and or you have weapon XP that you need to quickly farm, or bounties for Banshee for the day, this is one of the fastest places to do it, because it's just a non-stop onslaught of enemies. They just keep coming and coming and coming, and they're all concentrated in one little area here. So I hope you found that helpful, guys. You know, if you need the upgrade module currency for farming it from the moon, from those locked chests, you get that from Eververse, from the store. I could do it from here if I wanted to re-up. Just go straight over to the store. At the bottom, there's that concentrated matter gem again. I could just buy it. Or if you're already up at the tower, you could do it there. But that's the 2 farms I wanted to show you today, guys. There are quite a lot more farms, but these are 2 of the simplest and most straightforward in the game, and they really, really help when you just have that hurdle you need to get over that you're trying to cross. Hope you found it helpful, guys. We will catch you on the next one.